training your dog is a very good thing to do. Not only does it give your dog mental stimulation, but it also forms a bond between you and your dog. But before you attempt to train your dog, I have a few questions that I highly suggest you ask yourself so that your training can go as smoothly as possible. Trust me, your training sessions will be more impactful and go much smoother if you answer these questions before you begin. But before I give you those questions though, I need you to hit that subscribe button and the bell so that you can learn how to train your dog more positively and effectively. Alright, here is the first question. What are your expectations for your dog? Do you want him on furniture or would you rather he stay on the floor? What do you want him to do when people knock on the door? Do you want him to bark his head off? Bark only once and then quiet down? Or maybe you don't want him to bark at all? These and many, many more questions should be answered ideally before you even bring your puppy home. But now is better than never. The reason I want you to think about this is that most people who own dogs don't think about or don't really know what their expectations are for their dog, and that puts their dog in a very tough position because they don't know what is right and wrong. Positive does not have to be permissive. Now, I'm not saying you should go punish your dog for doing something. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that if you follow these instructions that are in this series that I'm giving to you, then you will set your dog up for success and you'll live a happier life, and your dog will too because of it. So I highly suggest that you write these expectations down on a piece of paper and hang them up where you can see them frequently. And if you have a family or friends that take care of the dog commonly, then have a meeting with what the expectations are for your dog so that everybody is on the same track. Alright, here's question number 2. What are your goals for your dog right now? Do you want him to compete in sports? Or maybe right now all you want is for your dog to be house trained. Whatever your goal is for your dog right now, write those down and then write the smaller steps that it will take to reach that goal. It's okay for your goals to change for your dog, but having them written down will help make your planning for training sessions go a lot smoother. Question number 3. Do you know your dog's currency? It is really important that you know your dog's currency because different rank currencies can be used for different things. So here's a simple guide that I use when ranking a dog's currency. A 0 would mean that they could care less about that thing. A 1 to 2, they'll take it, but it's not their favorite thing. 3 to 4, they'll kind of act like, yeah, that's good. I'll have that. That's pretty good. A 5 to 7 would be like, oh, I love this thing. This is delicious. And then a 8 to 10 would be like they're just over the moon that you gave it to them, and they really, really, really will do anything you want them to do if they can get another bite of that. Some examples might be a kibble is a 0 or maybe a 1 to 2 for some dogs, especially after they just ate. So let's assume I'm ranking these things for my dogs right after they ate, and this is in my home where they see little to no distractions and I'm trying to ask them to do something. A 1 to 2 might be a vegetable like carrots. Your dog kind of likes them, but they would rather have something else. Now, I'm not saying this is for all dogs because I've seen some dogs that will go berserk for fruits and vegetables, and they'll do anything for it, kind of like most dogs would do anything for a real piece of meat. This is completely based on my dogs and their preferences. A 3 to 4 might be a lower value treat from the store. So like those little training treats, some of them are lower value to your dog. It depends on what you get. And a 5 to 7 might be those high value treats like the ones that have lots of meat packed into them and have those like bacon flavor treats or something like that, the higher value tasting treats that you can get from the store. And then an 8 to 10 in my books would be real meat, like real chicken, real hot dog, and cheese. Dogs like cheese. An 8 to 10 would be what you're using for practicing recall and stuff, especially when the environment gets tougher. But I would use an 8 to 10 all the time for recall, just so that you keep your dog always wanting to come to you. Whew, that was a lot. But good job to all of you who watched this video all the way through. Do me a favor and share it with your friends. And have a wonderful day, guys, and I will see you in the next video.